Equity Mates.
I will say this about investing. Everything you do learn is cumulative. What I learned at 20 is useful.
Welcome to another episode of Equity Mates, a podcast that follows our journey of investing. We break down the world of investing from beginning to dividend so that you can hopefully make some returns. My name is Bryce, and as always, I'm joined by my equity buddy, Ren. How's it going, bro?
I'm good, Bryce. This is a big episode. Not so much for what we're going to talk about, but for the milestone that it represents.
Yes, I mean, if there is one episode that you could say that you're excited, this would be the one.
True, but you changed your intro, so I committed to stop saying I was excited as much, but rest assured, I am very excited for what we're going to talk about.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be a reasonably short and sharp episode, but it's a very momentous occasion for us, Ren, and that is because as of today, both you and I are now officially full-time equity mates, which is incredible.
It is. It's been, 3.5 years coming?
3.5 years coming. You've been out of the corporate workforce now for about a month or so. And as of last Friday, I have joined you full-time in Equity Mates. And I think firstly, it's a massive thank you to the Equity Mates community for, allowing us to make this decision and helping us to grow the podcast in the community to where it is today. If it weren't for you guys out there, your continued support over the last 3.5-4 years, Alec and I would very much still be doing this as a side hustle. But yeah, massive thank you.
Yeah, it's been unreal. It's crazy to think when we started this, we definitely didn't expect to be able to quit our jobs. We didn't really know if there would be much to podcasting, really. So yeah, it's been pretty exciting, and really this is just the beginning. I guess part of the part of us going full-time Equity Mates is we want to really build out, I guess, the stable of content. What do you call it? The content ecosystem.
That's right, Ren. So the ecosystem, we have a few ideas in the pipeline. Do you want to share, what is next for Equity Mates? That's probably what everyone is wondering. Quitting our jobs, we're not just going to be continuing down the path that we are. So are you able to shed some light on what we've got planned?
Yeah, well, as people may have seen on social media, we're writing a book.
Yes.
So, yeah, we're trying to take everything we've learned over the last 3.5 years, trying to take the messages and the lessons from all the experts we've spoken to and really distill it down into a book. And I guess as part of that, we want to feature as many voices from the community as possible. So we've posted some links to a survey on Facebook and Instagram. If people haven't seen them or haven't filled out the surveys, it would be much appreciated if you could. But also just hit us up on, Instagram messages or Facebook message or email or whatever. If you've got any thoughts about what you would have loved to read, what you would have loved to know when you started investing, because we really want to make this a book for the next generation of Australian investors and hopefully the next generation of Equity Mates to hit the ground running and learn what we all wish we could have learnt when we started. So yeah, first cab off the rank is a book. But what else is coming?
Well, I mean, if a book wasn't enough, we've decided as well that there are some more opportunities to, launch a few new shows over the next coming months and into the new year. So keep an eye out for those. We've identified some areas within the investing community, within our community, and more broadly, within Australia that we think we can help to add some value to everybody's investing journey. And I just want to reiterate, Ren, that is what Equity Mates is all about. We are on the journey with all of you together, very much going through this as one. Our mission, at Equity Mates is to make markets as accessible as possible. So to echo Ren's point, we do appreciate all of your feedback. And if you want to get involved in the show as well, we're always open to that. As you would have heard over the last number of weeks, we've been getting members from the community on to help us with industry deep dives or to pitch some stock ideas. So do hit us up on all of the social channels or via contact@equitymates.com if you would like to come on the show as well, because we want to make this as much about the community as possible. So pretty exciting times, Ren. We're pretty stoked.
We are. Last but not least, in terms of the major pieces of work that we're going to embark on sooner rather than later, is we're going to finally fix up our damn website. We hear the feedback that it's pretty average. Trust us, we know it's pretty average.
Below average. Below average.
Yeah, D- or close to F grade website. But we know that there's an opportunity to not just do audio content and do written content and to help people, learn more about the stock market in other ways other than through the podcast. So we're going to get people who are a bit better than us, who are a bit better designers and a bit better technically than us, to make the website a little bit better. So trust us, we hear your feedback and we have quit our jobs to give ourselves the time to act on that feedback.
Yeah, I mean, exciting, nerve-wracking times. I mean, we never would have thought that we'd be in this position 4 years ago. So let's hope that the next 4 years are even bigger and better for Equity Mates. If there is one thing that we ask from the community to support us, we are doing all of this content for you guys for free. So please, if you are able to, at least go on and rate and review our shows, both Get Started Investing and also the Equity Mates Investing podcast. That does go a long way to helping people find us through their podcast platforms. So that's probably one thing we ask you to do if you have the time to do so.
If you don't have anything nice to say about us in the comments, just give us 5 stars and then write how much of an idiot you think we are for quitting our jobs. That's fine, but just put the 5 stars in.
Yeah, exactly. We'll take it up with us personally. We don't mind. But
So Bryce, obviously to this point, this episode's been quite self-serving. We've just really been talking about our lives and what we're doing. But I guess as part of going full-time, we'll have more time to do research, read investing books, look at individual stocks and stuff that we may not have otherwise been able to when we were, writing the inbox for 9 hours a day at our respective day jobs. I guess the question is, what are you going to do with all your free time?
Well, Ren, I don't think we're going to have any free time. I don't think we're going to have any free time. I don't know what you think you're going to be doing. And I'm a bit worried that you think you've just quit and going to have all of this free time to be frolicking around in the book section.
No. I've signed up for the PlayStation 5 pre-release. I've got a golf membership. Yeah, signed up for a few tea times.
While you're reading and going for ocean swims at midday, I'm going to be bloody running this business. So, no, look, I know what you're saying. And it's interesting you say that because I've actually felt over the last sort of 6 months to 12 months that whilst we are doing an investing podcast, so much time and energy has been poured into, I guess, all of the business side of what we're doing, because at the moment it is very much still you and me, and we've got a couple of others helping us now, which is great. But I feel like the investing side has actually taken a bit of a back seat. I don't know about you, but I am looking forward to having more time to dedicate and I guess share more of my journey with the community. I know you're going to raise your eyebrows at this, but I'm actually pretty interested at the moment with all of this chat around what is going on with global central banks and the debasements of currencies.
Yeah, of course
Debasements of currencies and the role that crypto is going to play.
Your portfolio in 10 years is going to be 33% Bitcoin, 33% gold, and 33% productive agricultural land. I can see it.
You forgot about Afterpay, bro. No.
Oh, yeah, true.
So, look, I'm not suggesting that I'm investing in any of the crypto at the moment. I do have some exposure to Bitcoin, but it's just, there's just so much unknown in what is happening at the moment. So I'm really trying to get my head around the macro side of things, particularly, with the role that central banks are playing, but also what they want to be doing going forward. A number of the central banks have just come out to say that they're looking at their own sort of cryptocurrencies and what is that going to mean for fiscal and monetary policy and all this sort of stuff. So yeah, I think that's going to be not my focus, but I'm interested to very much learn more about it. And we also talk about our circle of competence, and I'm looking forward to spending some time over the next 12 months or so, I guess, building my circles of competence, particularly, we had an awesome interview last night to do with the cloud industry, and there's just so much of that space that I would love to understand more about, and also that sort of biotech space as well. So looking forward to having time to expand my circles of competence. What about you?
You talking about getting deeper on crypto just made me think of one of my old favorite investing podcasts from overseas, that one of the hosts has just basically done a hard 180 from equities investing to Bitcoin investing.
Is this TIP?
Yeah, well, I wasn't going to name check them, but I'm going to make sure that you don't fall down that rabbit hole. If you want to spend more than 50% of any show talking about crypto, I'm going to insist you do a spin-off podcast. Bryce's Bitcoin banter, we could call it.
I will commit to staying true to the equity side of things. Obviously, I love that space, but we're very transparent on this show, and we don't try and push people down ways of thinking. We try to introduce as many different ways of thinking as possible. So I'm just sharing where I'm at the moment. What about you, Ren?
Well, yeah, look, I'm just excited to get more into the stock research side of things. As you said, we've been focused on getting this podcast to a point where we could take it full time. And, we've also been doing a lot of content around ETFs and all of that stuff. And they're always going to be an important part of my investing mix. But I have found that I have a propensity to get sucked into what's hot at the moment. And, I'm really looking forward to spending some time just really researching companies that are going to be, around in 20 years, have a strong moat that will be able to take their profits and compound for a long period of time. That style of investing that we always talk about, really doubling down on that and focusing on that rather than what's in the news at the moment and what's hot at the moment. So I think, that's going to be a big one. I also want to do some more written stuff and get that up on the Equity Mates website. I think there's a big opportunity there to share what we're reading and what we're thinking, but also to get some of the voices from the Equity Mates community up on the website.
Absolutely.
And really start some conversations that way. So yeah, honestly, I'm just looking forward to not having to work through, hundreds of work-related emails a day.
Well, you will, but they'll be Equity Mates emails. Nice one, Ren. Well, look, as we said, this is a short and sharp episode today, and we will get stuck back into some more meaty stuff next week. We've got some amazing interviews coming up over the next coming weeks as well. We've got the Hearts and Minds conference, and so please join us on that if you can. Got some awesome guests, as I said. So stay tuned heading into the pointy end of the season, as they say in AFL, and then we'll be going into our summer series that we always do over Christmas, where we deep dive into a number of stocks that will be crowdsourced from the community. So keep your eye out for that as well. But Ren, look, congratulations, bro. Huge effort. Yeah. Let's see what happens over the next 12 months, 24 months. And look, we really appreciate the support from the community. So I guess more so now than ever is when we will require your support to help us keep the lights on and, fuel Ren's investing addiction. So
your crypto addiction and your gambling addiction.
No gambling. I was waiting for that one. No gambling. But anyway, Ren, we'll chat next week, and looking forward to seeing how this all plays out.
Yeah, very much looking forward to seeing how it plays out. Hopefully we're not going to need to apply for Job Seeker in the next 6 months or, go hat in hand back to our old jobs and beg for those positions back.
Go and live with your parents.
Yeah.
All right, bro. We'll talk next week.
Sounds good.
Thanks for listening to Equity Mates Investing Podcast, a production of Equity Mates Media. Please remember that everything you hear in Equity Mates Investing Podcast is general advice only. The content has been prepared without knowing your personal objectives, specific financial circumstances, or goals. The host of Equity Mates Investing Podcast may maintain positions in the companies discussed. Before considering any investment, please read the product disclosure statement and consider speaking to a licensed financial professional.